Happy Friday. How's your Friday morning and Friday evening and Friday afternoon going? I trust that you are having amazing, fantastic, and wonderful Friday. Okay, today is English Day. I do IG Live in English. All right, so whoever's, even if it's not, I don't do it, it's only for English speakers. It's not like that for this live. I want people to see who wants to learn English, right? Who want to just curious or love listening, or just are trying to speak better English but don't have a confidence to speak, right? You said, even if I say that, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay. So that's why I do that. If I show up, English is my second language, but when I show up, I would put it that way. When I show up, right? And then IG Live, as who I am in speaking in English. I'm sure some people just like, oh, if you go-san do it, you go's doing it, I think I can do it. She is showing up, even if her English is not perfect. And then, some people's going to think like, what is perfect anyway? I need to speak up. I wanted to show up on social media. And because I have something to tell you guys, something I've experienced that I can help somebody else to make their life better. I need to share. Right? So I can give some kind of confidence, right? Or action to those people. That's part of it. I show up. And then most likely I show up for myself. I need to build confidence. I have to keep building. It's not like, one time I show up in English, IG Live in English, done. It's not like that. Be consistent. Okay, so that's about it. My hairs, I can see. I even show up, my hair is a little bit messy, but that's okay. I'm not making excuse. I'm a hairstylist. But anyway, I will gonna get started. Even if nobody's here yet, because I know a lot of people, they watch my IG Live after that too, right? Once I just post an archive. So anyway, today's topic is 3 things you need in your life, 50 and over, especially 50 and over. Okay, I realize that as I'm living, right? It's like the things I need have been changed. Maybe when I was like in 20s, I needed to just, I needed to feel like big change, excitement, right? It's like, that's why I came Canada, right? In my 30s, I needed my comfort, right? And then I needed joy so bad with my family too. That's why I decided to stay home, right? And working as a hairstylist at home, right? Raising my kids. And then I spent as much as time I could. I wanted to be home when my kids come home from school, right? I did my best. And then 40s, right? 40s is just like, okay, I think I gotta find something else, something challenge. Starting to notice my physical part of my, myself starting to change, right? When you're 40s, like you still have energy, but you're starting to feel a little bit tired, or your face starting to get change. Like maybe we'll get more wrinkles, right? It's maybe the belly's gonna have a little bit more like not bumps, but everything gets softer. The shape of the body changes starting to 40s, or some people. It's start graying, showing up, right? Gray hair. So start change. It's so that's why in the 40 is, it's kind of, how to say, challenging and trying, and then, or just trying to just like, it's called anti-aging, right? Something like that. So, but in the 50s, I find it's like, okay, I've done, a lot of things. In my 50s, I have to have a shift because the things I've been doing 20s and 30s and 40s, right? I starting to see, I do apply in those one in 50s, and I do realize that it's some of them I don't feel right. It's not really working. Time for a change. And then I realized that know this, you know what I wanted to say, I found it actually. And then I'm gonna keep using them, right? As much as I can until I found another way. But for me, this is just so much working because there's a proof. When you find something and you starting to apply using it, why you think it's good for you? So there is a way. I always find it when I apply those things, I find it's so much fun. I find I'm in the flow. Okay, I find it's just so, I feel so much joy. Not only me, the people around me too. That's why it's just like, oh, okay, this is good. This is working. So I'm going to keep doing it until, like just, you got to know, like that's only things that is you find something and you have to do it. You cannot even think about it. You got to take action, right? So anyway, here's the things, right? I'm gonna say that being in the 50s, right? Being in the 50s, I found that is all about having some breathing space. So that means I found if I keep myself busy all the time, 24/7 in my 50s, I burned out quick. I don't know why I'm doing tibitos. So we need all breathing space. That means, maybe when you feel tired during the day, you have to take a moment and tell yourself that, stop it. Maybe you can have a nap. I never thought about it in my 30s and 40s. What do you mean? Am I allowed to have a nap 1 p.m.? Like what? Even if 20 minutes? No way. I have to stay busy. I have to accomplish. I have 30 things to do on my to-do list, right? But now, if I keep pushing myself throughout the day, it's like I feel so tired end of the day. Not only the end of the day, I get tired next day. Those tired feeling keep carrying on and on and on. And then what's going to happen? I start to get sick. Maybe by joint hurt, even worse, right? We're going to get sicker and sicker. That's why I noticed we need some breathing space, right? So I realized those 3 things having a breathing space, right? What brings is when you have a breathing space, right? That means I do that. I can take care of myself. My mood is something, right? My mood is, my own mood is something you have to take care of. My own mood is, I put it your own mood is something you have to take care of, right? It's not somebody else. It's not your husband taking care of your own good mood. He can participate it, but it's up to you to take care of it or not. It's not oh my gosh, I am waiting. He is going to make me feel better. He will make me feel better. He has to. Or my kids has to make me feel better. You cannot depending on others, right? To give you to keep you in good mood. You have to do that. You have to take care of keep the good mood too, right? So anyway, that means you have to have a breathing space to take care of your own good mood. All right. Oh, thank you so much. Here you are learning. Okay, learning Japanese club song. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Happy Friday. Hi, Peterson. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. So like, how do I say? You have to take care of your own good mood, right? That's so important. So what do you need? What do you need? Actually need. What should I do? Yuko-san, what should I do to taking care of my good mood? I found 3 things to taking care of my good mood. Very simple. You don't have to buy it. Okay? I'm not selling you anything, right? I'm not just like, okay, those 3 things, you have to buy my this and that. No, right? All you need to is you listen and you just like, okay, maybe I'll do that. And you take an action. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming, right? So those 3 things are it, right? I realize time, friends, and money. Those 3 things, right? If you have time, friends, and money, right? That things, if you have those ones, right? And those ones will help you to take care of your own good mood. And then you can control your own life, right? You can control your own life, actually. But you know what? I wanted to tell you, those things you cannot you cannot count on those 3 things, right? You have those 3 things. It's up to you, right? It's up to you to use it. It's up to you. Okay, don't count on those ones. But those 3 things, like time, friends, and money. Those 3 things really, really help. I find it especially after 50s. You know what? When you're 20s, you might not need all of them. You might need just a friend, right? But I'm 53. Of course, I need money to keep myself in good mood. Yes, I am very happy that when I'm in the backyard, right, and just sitting down on the grass and look at outside skies, that really, really makes me happy too. But also, these 3 things are very important. And then why I noticed that? Because, you know what, last week in Canada is long weekend, right? So I took actually 5 days, right? Vacation time. 5 days. I am self-employed. I am hairstylist. And before school starts, it's so hard for me around Labor Day, it's so hard for me, very, very hard for me to take 5 days off. But I had 5 days off. So my husband and his childhood friend and we went to see friends up north, right? About 4 hours away from here. So we went there and then we went to the restaurant. It's in the small town, right? Small town and a restaurant, very local restaurant. And I don't mean to be bad, okay? The experience I had in the restaurants, that made me realize that in my age, I need those 3 things. Because I had those 3 things, I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Here you are, Mia-san. Thank you so much for coming. Happy Friday. Thank you. Right? And the restaurant was one of the worst restaurant I've ever been. We all went, 7 of us, we all went to have a breakfast. Okay? And then it took good 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours, right? Until we get into the restaurant and then leave, right? It took good 1.5 hours. It's kind of long, right? It's kind of long for the restaurant, just have a breakfast. Think about it. In Japan, it's so quick. When you go to the restaurant, have a breakfast, right? When you sit down, usually in 5 minutes, you can start eating in the restaurant. I was like that. I was in Japan in January. So I went breakfast for my, I went breakfast. I went to Osaka. So I just needed to have a breakfast. So I went there, right? And then it's the breakfast it was in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, as soon as I get in the restaurant, I started eating 5 minutes. That's it, right? And I was in and out probably in 20 minutes. But at the restaurant over there, it took more than an hour and a half. That's a long time. So usually, right? Usually, if you don't have a time, you starting to agitate. You starting just like, oh, I forgot my watch today. I don't have enough time. This restaurant taking so long. My gosh, we don't have enough time. We have to, right? We have to. My lunchtime is just only for 45 minutes. I got to go back. And they starting to get a little frustrated, right? So it's like if you don't have a time, you start to get frustrated. But at that situation, because we all had a time, because we are on vacation, and my friends over there, they made a time for us, vacation time with us. So we all had a time. So we were always just waiting, just like, that's okay. And then you know what? We noticed that there's only one server at that restaurant. She was just running around like crazy. She was taking care of 18 people at the restaurant. So we kind of look at her and just like, oh my gosh. And she feels like, I'm so sorry, we're kind of behind. We just like, that's all right. We got nothing but time. So nobody was upset on the table. Actually, nobody was upset at that restaurant. No problems, Atesa Marie. I was late too. Here you are, happy Friday. Yes, Mia-san, right? 5 minutes in Japan. So if the server, right, if the restaurant made you wait, what's going to happen? Until the plates be served on your table, it takes like an hour for the restaurant breakfast, right? Like omelet, right? Or like toast. It's just simple things, right? It's like in 1 hour. I'm sure most people, they started complaining, get upset because they don't have time, right? So time is money, time is important, but we had a time. So in our 50s, it's so important to have a time because remember, like at the beginning, I was talking about, it's all about me having a good mood. This is so important for your life. So I made a commitment that, nobody else going to make me feel actually truly better, right? I'm the one. I'm in charge in my own mood. So I'll stick to it, right? The restaurant up north, one of the worst restaurant. Thank you, Tessa. One of the worst restaurant I've ever been. But I had the best time. I had the best learning. And then I feel like I just made a progress in my life at the restaurant. So I wanted to say, some people, if you want to grow your life, right? If you want to just be better in your life, and people think, oh my gosh, I have to go India. I have to go somewhere. You gotta do something really, just spend a lot of time and money to learn something important. Life lessons. I put it life lessons. But you can do life lessons everyday life once you pay attention, right? And you observe. Tessa Marie always said, observe. When you observe, when you just build a habit, everywhere you go, you observe, right? You be in the moment, you observe the people around you, the things around you, the things happening around you. You can learn life lessons, right? That's right. Yes, you and only you can make yourself feel great. That's so true, right? You shouldn't really depending on somebody else. He will make me feel good. And what's going to happen if he doesn't make you feel good? You get upset, right? And he was just like, it's not my job. turning to messy situation. So, the restaurant was one of the perfect place, made me realize I have all those three things, right? Those three things are time, friends, right? And money. That's why I could stay in a good mood. So I had a time because I was on vacation, right? Everybody else had a time. And in that town, in a small town in up north, actually the local people, everybody had time. It's a different pace, right? Compared with the people in Toronto. People in Toronto or people in Tokyo, everybody's so rushed, everybody's hurry, right? So that's a different way, atmosphere. So when I talk about next, friends, right? Like I kind of mentioned it, like the friends, like my friends, I would say our friends, actually I met through my husband. They are wonderful people. I stay with them for 3 days and we had nothing but great time, right? They are super kind people. And then it's nothing but joy. And then nobody's, usually, like there are always one or two people starting to complain like, oh my gosh, why did I come to this restaurant? Or this service sucks. Or this doesn't taste right. Or like just you made me wait too much. Some people just usually start complaining. Usually, even if you start from one person, and the one person, right, change whole atmosphere, right? So when somebody's starting to be negative, it's very effective, right? But you know what? Like our friends, nobody. Everybody's got the smile on their face and we're joking and they're even like on the table and then like they had like old card game or something. We pulled out and we read the cards and we just like, laughing. They read a card and somebody answer and then we just had a great time. So friends are so important, right? To keep yourself in a good mood. And also money. Here's the part, Tessa, you gotta listen this part because you're gonna be a part of my story, Tessa. So, okay, finally, right? An hour and a half later, we all finished eating breakfast. One of my friend breakfast omelet was horrible. Omelet was super runny, right? But, but she's got that good one too. I mean, like, that's not her, but one of our friend told her, she said, I don't know, I should have put it back. I feel bad. She's so busy. She's taking care of the floors, everybody. And she's also cooking too. She was doing everything, right? So she feels bad. My friends, hey, Bo, happy Friday. Nice to see you, Bo. Yes. So, my friend feels bad that she didn't want to ask the waitress / cook, right, to cook omelet because omelet became runny, right? You need to just cook a little bit better. But actually, she just like, yeah, of course. All right, I'm so sorry. She was so nice. She was very pleasant, right? And she was, how do I say? I really liked her, actually. I don't know how do I say that. I really like the way she treated people. And I can see local people in a restaurant, they love her. They love her. And we all know, not like, the other people. No, local people know, right? They're local, they're regulars. They know the restaurant's busy. So even if before they asked, they needed the milk, they needed a coffee, they just went to fridge by themselves and open it. They started to pouring the milk and coffees and because nobody didn't want to bother her, right? Because that's really great, right? She is getting a great love from the local people. Here you are, Deep Soul by Lao-san. Thank you so much for coming. So anyway, so I'm gonna talk about money part, right? Because you need to keep the good mood, especially when you are over 50 and over. You need, right? You need the time, friends, and money. So the money part, right? So after we finish eating, and then actually breakfast wasn't, not much, right? I don't want to say that. It's like not the best breakfast, right? So I just like, okay. I just told everybody, right? I told everyone, you go told everyone that I'm gonna take care of the bills. Everybody's just like, really? Oh, you don't have to do that. I just like, no, I have money, right? I didn't explain about vacation account, right? Vacation account, Tessa Marie, right? I just like, I can take care of it. And my husband's made fun of me. Oh, she's gonna use my credit card. I was just like, yeah, oh yeah, I will. But when I use my own credit card. And the money, I always already had the money in there, right? What a nice feeling to buy, right? Breakfast for friends, for our friends. Like I paid for, how do I say, 7 people, right? Including me. Hi, Yoko-san. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, the vacation account. You need to have money. You don't have to have crazy amount of money. But I realize that, after 50 and over, right? Like me, I'm 53. Really help to keep my mood and keep myself in a good mood. If I have the money, I can take care of friends. What a nice feeling, right? You are opening the door to get more. You are opening the door to get more by paying for others. Yes, yeah. What a nice feeling. Me, it's just so nice feeling. Just like I pay for you guys breakfast, and I don't usually. When it comes to the money, I always had like, how do I pay back? How do I pay for it? Or I'm, and then, or, I feel, I don't know, I always have a stomachache too, right? I remember the feeling that when I went to Japan in January, right? We were at the hotel. I took my mom to a hot spring spa, and she wanted to buy souvenirs for everyone. And then while she's picking the souvenirs at hotel, the hotel, if you buy souvenirs at a hotel, it's kind of expensive. But me, before, if I didn't have a saving account, I would maybe say, Mom, can you only pick like 1 or 2? Oh, that's expensive. Oh, why you need to pick up the souvenirs for your neighbor? I would probably say that too. Or my stomach hurts every time she picks up something and just like, oh my gosh, cha-ching, more money, cha-ching, more money, right? No, but because I had a saving account, right? So I told my mom, buy whatever you want. Yeah, go ahead. So my mom was so happy, right? Just put all the stuff, lots of stuff for my neighbors. So I had the same feeling the other day. Like, I pay for you. I pay for everyone. And I pay for it. The total was $80 some for breakfast. In Japan, it's different price, but $80 some for breakfast. And then, right? And then I even, in my wallet, right? I just like, oh, I gotta give her a tip. I told her, oh, I'll pay tips. I'll pay with cash. She said, oh, okay. Usually most people I see, right? Especially a local place, they don't leave a lot of tips, actually. Maybe $5, $10. $10 is probably the great ones, right? But I pulled out, guess how much I paid on tips? Guess how much I pulled out? If you can guess, type in the comment. Just let me know. Yes, the vacation account. Yes, Tessa said, yes, this is important to see the smile on your mom's face. That was the priceless. And that made me put in a good mood. Oh my gosh, Tessa, you are right. Price is right. 20. Yes. It's just like, I have a vacation account. I put money twice a month, right? So I've been building vacation account. Why not? Right? When I pull out the 20, she gave me a big smile, right? And then she's just like, oh my gosh, oh, thank you so much. And her smile, actually, I felt super happy with that by see her smile, right? So I just like, no problem, right? It's just no stomach ache, right? I just like, it's no problem. It's all right. Just keep it, right? So when I walked out the restaurant, with no like painful feeling, awful stomach ache, like, how do I pay? Oh my gosh, the credit card bills, it's gonna be accumulated. No, when you're on a vacation, you have to enjoy 100%. 100% you have to enjoy, right? So I found it like Tessa Marie's amazing advice. Gotta have a saving account. That really helps. So anyway, yes, if you don't have a saving account, please do. It's okay to start from maybe $10, $20. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can afford, right? Say yes. I know my friend very well. She does know, yes. And I had a good feeling, right? Same things. When I went to see Tessa Marie on July, and I felt so good that she picked the wines, right? And I just, Tessa, I'll pay for your wine. Not your wine, our wine. I pay for them. Made me feel good, right? It's it's all about, you have to make yourself feel good, especially when you are over in 50s. You got to enjoy your life. So those simple things I explained, I shared the story about, right? Something you can apply today or tomorrow, wherever you go, right? Probably you can use one of them. It doesn't matter. But I want you to have good life, and I want you to have fun because you are awake. You've chosen to be awake. Why you suffer? Why you choose to be a bad mood? You have a choice. You have a choice to choose a good mood. So anyway, thank you so much for listening, everyone. Oh, Tommy-san, thank you so much for coming. Happy Friday. Yep. So anyway, yes, vacation account, really, really, really amazing. Especially, right, when you're 50 and over. If you don't need to be like, you don't just like crazy rich, but it's nice to be crazy rich. Maybe, but it's nice to be that. But, right, it's if you have money, you can enjoy your life. It's nothing is worth done when you're on a vacation. You worry about your money, right? Or a year later, you're still paying for the money when you spent a year ago on your vacation. That's no good. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. And before we go, I forgot, I was so into sharing stories and talking about it. I forgot, I made a commitment. Every time I go on the IG Live, I introduce one of the product I've been using and selling. If you guys want to just interested in, let me know. Today, I am going to introduce, not a collagen though, toothpaste, right? I said, try me, the things. This toothpaste is, look, if you're a wine drinker, a coffee drinker, right? And then, especially after your 50s, right? And you're starting to have coffee and wine stain. And the regular toothpaste, whitening toothpaste, sometimes it's just kind of, it's too harsh, right? And then I've used a white toothpaste, like whitening toothpaste, regular ones, and wind up taking too much enamel, and then starting to have toothache, right? Sensitivity. So, but this one is not. I find it help to get my teeth whiter, as you see, right? And also, it help to keep my teeth nice and smooth all day long. Don't you love the smooth feeling? Even if I eat food, right? Usually by 5 o'clock, you're starting to feel like, ooh, something just yucky feeling. You don't have this. So anyway, if you are interested in, especially wine and coffee drinker, right? This will help. So let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. And I trust that you will have amazing, fantastic, fabulous weekend. All right, thank you so much. Who's still here? Mia-san and Yoko-san, thank you so much. And you ladies, have a wonderful Saturday, right? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.